All right, can you see my Strive account?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. All right, so hopefully most of you know there's going to be they're in the process of switching over from Strive to Personify Health. So you may still be seeing Strive until the end of the year up here in the left-hand corner. But January 1, you should be seeing Personify Health. When you log in on the landing page, you should see Personify Health. And so they're slowly transitioning to Personify Health. So as of 1/1, everything should be switched over. So I just want to make sure I call that out. So if anyone's seeing that and they didn't know about it, I just want to make sure you knew there is a rebranding happening. And so as of 1/1, you should see Personify Health everywhere. So I'm going to do a quick overview just in case there's anyone that is not familiar with, how to do anything on Strive, or, if they're new to earning points, or, they're not sure how to create a healthy habit challenge. I'll go over a few things like that. And then I'll definitely talk about rewards. I know everyone's looking at the rewards page, especially if they can earn gift cards before Christmas and things like that. So most importantly, I just want everyone to be aware of when you log in, you'll be directed to this dashboard. And so everything you need to see across the top, everything can be found here in these different tabs. For the first time when you log in, you should be directed to taking the personal health assessment. And there should be a daily card right here in the middle that will ask you to take your personal health assessment. And while it is something you don't have to do immediately, I would highly encourage you to do that, because that is how you unlock all your rewards. You can earn points, and you can complete action items, but those actual rewards won't be unlocked until you complete that PHA. And the way you'll know that is if you go to your rewards page, there will be a yellow box across the top that says, please complete your priority actions, which means you have to complete your personal health assessment. So if you don't see a green check mark, then that means you need to complete that. If you don't see a daily card, you can get to your health survey or your personal health assessment if you go through the health tab up here at the top and click on surveys. And you can see I've taken it a couple times, and you can retake this at any point if you want to improve your score, or if you've had some breakthroughs with your health, your current health situation, things are improving. If you want to just retake it, you can. And I will quickly call out that there have been a few issues where members have taken their PHA. So like, let's say I took it in March of last year, and then I finished it, a couple weeks later, and it was April. So the difference, I started it in one program year, and then I finished it in the second program year. That will cause some issues, and it may not register that you have completed that. So if for some reason it doesn't show that you completed it, I would just go ahead and retake it. And then if you're still having issues, then you can let me know and I can look into it. But it seems like there's been a few people that have done that, and they were just not getting credit for taking the personal health assessment because they started it, like a month ago, and it was in a previous program year, and then finished it in a later program year. So sometimes it can be a little tricky. But if you retake it, it's just a quick 10-minute questionnaire, then that should help. That should fix the problem.
So it's best to take it after 4/1, right?
Yeah, so the next program year will start 4/1. And so then to unlock your rewards for the next program year, you should retake it. So at the start of every program year, you'll see, you'll get notifications saying, please complete your PHA, and it'll unlock your rewards. But you should see that it's locked. So hopefully people notice that right away on the rewards page, that it, you do have that lock and you need to complete that gated activity. Let's see. So across the top here, you'll see how many days you have left to earn your rewards and where you're at with your levels and points. The action rewards, these are what you can do to get to complete these actions, and then you get the Pulse Cash, or it's going to be called Rewards Cash with Personify. So these are going to be if you complete a screening through Quest and you submit your PRF, or if you are participating in any of the Health Designs on-site screenings. And then your health checkup, that will be claims-based. So if you go to your doctor, make sure you're telling them that you wanted a well checkup, like a wellness health checkup. So that is coded correctly, and that will show up a few weeks later. So make sure you give it a little bit of time for these action rewards. For the on-site campus events, these are organized through your school. There's a variety of different activities you can do. I've seen like 5Ks that have been organized. Most often it's webinars, and so your wellness person or HR person on site, if they are taking role and taking registration on these, then she or he is submitting the list to me, and that's how that gets rewarded. I'm submitting a list every month for these to come across. So if for some reason you think you are missing a reward, or if you're not sure how this works, please let me know, and I'm happy to go over that too, because that is something that will have to be turned in to me on a monthly basis. And then as you're working through the platform, different activities, you can see there's so many different ways to earn points, especially if you're connected to a device or an app where these things are automatically tracked for you. You don't have to sit here and input them on a daily basis. That's the easiest way to earn points quickly and daily, and you don't really have to think about it too much. So if you are active 30 minutes a day, this is automatically going to give you 100 points. If you take 9,000 steps daily and you don't really, that's not something you really think about, it's just something you do, that's awesome. You'll get 90 points a day. And then there's also intervals. So there are things you can do on a daily basis, like the daily cards. So I'll go back to the dashboard and we can talk about that in just a second. And then there's also things you can do in intervals. So with the challenges, and I'll talk about healthy habit challenges in just a second, or if you are doing a company-wide challenge, you can earn points the first time joining one. And then again, like I said, the personal challenges, we'll talk about that in just a second. So there's so many different ways that you can earn points, especially if you're, checking on things on a daily basis. Even if you're not, like I said, some people get, you get busy, you forget to check where, what you're doing, or you forget to check the daily cards. It really helps that if you're syncing to a device or an app, then you're automatically getting points just by being active or just by walking, taking the stairs. You can also track your sleep. You can track nutrition, things like that. This is also a great way. So here's somebody that has like a MyFitnessPal and you're tracking calories or macros or something like that. This is another great way to quickly earn points for that too. So I'll go back up here and then you should be able to see. This is how you earn everything, and that's a quick way, just a quick glance at how you can earn. And then if you're interested in seeing what you have earned, you can click on the My Earnings up here. And so now that we've had two program years, almost two program years under our belt, you can change the years, or you can also change it to programs. So if you wanted to check, see, what you did, like maybe you want to check to see how many things you did last year in the program, or if you completed something and you forgot, you can always change your program years up here. And if you feel like you're missing something, make sure you're looking back. If you think you completed something, you can't remember if it was March or April, this is a good way to check that too, if it's showing in your previous program year or in the current program year. And everything that you earn, so if I earned $10 in last year's program year, that will stay up here in my piggy bank, basically is what it is. And so those are redeemable whenever you want to redeem them. The only thing that doesn't carry over from year to year is the points. So assuming you're working through the program, you're getting your points, and you're hitting the different levels. So once I hit level 2, then those points, I've hit 25,000 points, and I get the $20 rewards cash. So once you hit that level, those $20 rewards cash is going to stay in my piggy bank. Up here, you'll see it, and it won't go away. The only thing that's going to start fresh in April, on April 1st, is the points. So we'll start back at 0, and then you'll start working through your levels again. Are there any questions about rewards before I move on? I know we said we'd wait till the end, but I didn't want to skip around too much. If people had questions about this, I know it's a popular topic.
There's nothing in the chat on the rewards. There was a question that came through about a synced device and not seeing steps recorded.
Okay. Let's look at devices.
Go for it.
So this is all the devices and apps that you can connect to be synced. And like I said, so I haven't I have an Apple Watch, and so I use the Apple Health app through my phone too. And so it tracks my walks, my workouts, and then anything else, like I'm not currently tracking sleep. So, but if there's different things that you're tracking through your device or your app, that will be, if you're syncing it, it will automatically show up on your account as long as you go into it. So I made the mistake once. So you just have to open your app, I would say. Like, if you're not somebody that is able to check it daily, every other day, something like that. That way, you know that your steps are being counted, your points, all that is being synced. So you have to open the device for that to come through. It won't automatically do it unless you open the app or open your website for that to sync. So just don't forget that part. And then the question was around steps versus, was it active minutes? Is that what the question was? I'm sorry.
They weren't saying the steps recorded with a sync device, and I'm thinking it could be just like number of steps too.
Mm-hmm. So a quick way you can look at your stats. If you go to homepage and stats, you can check your steps. So like I said, you can manually track these on the Healthy Habit pages. You can add steps here, or it should, like I said, if you are syncing to a device or an app, then as long as you are logging in, once you log in, you should see those numbers start appearing. And it'll even backtrack, you can always go back. It should backtrack or retroactively reward you for 2 weeks. So if anyone's having issues with that, let me know. But you should be able to go back at least 2 weeks to plug in your steps. And then again, like if you're syncing, it should, if you skip a few days, you're not checking your phone, or logging into the app or anything like that. Once I log in, then it should start syncing and it'll backtrack or retroactively reward you for those up to 2 weeks.
Will it record steps even if you've already recorded, let's say you recorded the maximum, you got 10,000 steps, will it still record the steps?
Yes. Yeah, you may not get rewarded more than 10,000. If that's, go up to the rewards page. So if that's the highest, yeah, so 10,000 steps. You're gonna,
Gotcha.
the max
that's the most you can get in a day is 10,000. Anything over 10,000, while it's tracked, it's not going to be counted, right? Oh no,
13, actually, here, 14. And so, and then there's other ways too. Like if you're somebody that's pretty active and you're automatically getting 10,000 steps a day and you get a workout in, that could be counted. So for example, I walk my dog twice a day in the morning and at night, and so I usually get 10,000 steps. That also counts for 30 active minutes because I'm active during those times. So that is also counting. And then on the days that I'm getting a workout, I would get this 500 points, if that makes sense. So usually the active minutes goes hand in hand with either the workout or the 10,000 steps or the 7,000 steps. So
gotcha.
Usually if you're doing one of these things, you're completing 2. And then if you complete a workout on top of that, then you're automatically going to get those 400 points. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, so it looks like the highest you can get is a 140 for the 14,000 steps a day. But you can still track, and then you can still go back if you wanted to see, if you're somebody that's interested in your stats and your step goals and things like that, you can track that here. So if you entered.
Gotcha.
It will show you, and then you can go backwards, if I. So you can change, and you can also change your goal too. If you're somebody that has a higher step goal or a lower step goal, if you're somebody that, you're not really into, you don't really care for walking or biking or anything like that, you can change it here.
That's cool.
Oh, that was between 5,000. So that's something too. And what I've noticed too, the device will actually, it pays attention to what you're, you know, if you're somebody that takes, you know, 12,000 steps daily each week, then if that starts to fluctuate, I've gotten like messages through the app saying it looks like your step count is different this week. And, you know, with mine, it's going down a little bit because of the cold weather. So I'm not outside as long and as active outside as I am in the winter or the summer months. I'm not as active in the winter outside compared to how I am in the summer. You know, I'm not mowing the grass, things like that. So my step count is a little bit lower in the winter, and then the app will notify me and says, hey, looks like your step count is down. And so it does give you little nudges, you know, like maybe you're forgetting to record different things, or, you know, if your activity is lower in the winter or it's higher in the winter, things like that, you can adjust your step count and your goals at any point too. I wanted to go over challenges because I know somebody a while back had asked about healthy habit challenges. So I just wanted to go over that really quick. So hopefully everyone's almost done with their Walking in the Winter Wonderland challenge that ends tomorrow on the 20th. So I'm excited to see all the completers for that. So this is a quick healthy habit challenge that I set up. And so I will walk you through how I did that. So let me go back to challenges. You click on the blue create button. You have the option for step challenges across the top, and this is obviously a one-day stepper. This is just going to be over the weekend, which some people get more, you know, steps on their weekend, so they like to do this compared to a weekday. Or you can try a weekday step off. So they're all short. They give you just a quick, like you can see the dates of the week coming up. So you have time to prepare for that, and it's automatic tracking. You can invite your peers. You're able to view the challenge rules here, where it just walks you through everything that's going to happen. You click on next. You're going to choose, I mean, you can change the message if you want to. If you're planning on inviting friends or colleagues, you can do that. And so if you want to challenge your colleagues or your friends, you can invite players here. And so what you're going to do, you're going to find, if you're looking within your company, you can start typing in names. So as long as they have a Strive or Personify Health account set up, you should be able to find them. So I'm going to go ahead. So if I'm looking for Renina, I would click her and I would hit the plus button, and it would send her an email inviting her to my challenge, and then she could accept it. If you wanted to perhaps, you know, set up a challenge for your whole department, you know, if you have like 20 people and you want to challenge them, you can plug in all their emails here. You can even copy and paste from an email list if you want to do that. So that makes it a little bit faster. And so like I said, you can have up to 250. So once you're the first person, then you have 249 more people you can invite. So that's pretty fun. And then if you have groups, like if you know, if this is like a group that you're aware of, or if you're part of a group, you can also invite whole groups as well. Let me go back. Challenges. So I have 2 ongoing healthy habit challenges, or one's a step challenge, one's healthy habit, as you can see up here. And then we also have the Walking in a Winter Wonderland challenge going on. So you can see all your challenges across here. I'm going to go back and let's create a healthy habit challenge. So there's so many different categories that you can choose from. If you click down, if you want to focus on something specific, like if you have, you want to focus on energy and see what those topics are. Let's talk about sleep. So here's all the different activities you could start tracking. Again, this could be just for you, or if you want to invite friends and, you know, make it a competition, you can do that as well. So let's do this. So this one is going to start on actually tomorrow, and it'll go through the 26th. So this is manual tracking. So healthy habit healthy habit challenges are going to be manual tracking for the most part, because with healthy habit tracking, I'll go back to the healthy habit page. It is a lot of, except for like workout time and steps, you know, that's something that's automatically, if you sync to it, and that would automatically track. But if you're tracking different things within healthy habits, it might not automatically sync, and it might be something that you have to track in the healthy habit page. So just be aware of that. So you can view your challenge rules. You're going to hit yes or no if you completed your healthy habit. And then again, you can add your personal message. And then again, this is where you will invite players. And if you're confused about something, you can go back to the challenge rules. But over here, you will see, if you were inviting players, you would see them over here. So I don't have anyone, actually, since I didn't click on Ronina's name and hit the plus button. If I hit that, it would show up over here. And then once I accept the invite, you would see them listed over here. And this way you can, also down here on the chats, you can chat with your participants. So since I don't have any players over here, I'm not able to chat with anybody right now, but you can also add chats here. Are there any questions about those things?
Let me check. No, I got all the questions that came through while you were going through. I think we're good. Nothing new on that.
Good. Let's see. Benefits page. It's not a very exciting page, but this is a quick and easy way if you're looking for something specific. You know, while you're in here, it's also, most of these items will be on your My Health Toolkit page too, but these are all important benefits for you all. For those of you that are still wanting to complete their biometric screening and your school is not doing an on-site screening, this is where you'll go for the biometric screening. You'll click Start Now. It'll take you to the Quest page, and you'll need to use your unique ID, your Blue Cross Blue Shield member ID, and your date of birth will get you in. And then this is important, the dates, because on 2/28, that will be not the end of the program, but it's a blackout period between March and April. So we highly, highly, highly recommend that you get your screenings done before the end of February. You can still do it in March, but it just causes, sometimes there's a little bit of confusion, and you'll still get rewarded for it. But if you are somebody that typically does your screening in March, I would highly recommend either trying to complete it in February or just waiting a little bit and completing it in April. I mean, you still can do it in March. It's just a blackout period, so you won't be able to submit your Quest PRF form during that blackout period. You'll just have to wait until April 1st to complete that, because there'll be a new form, and so you won't be able to use the previous form. And like I said, it's a little muddy with that blackout period, but it's something that Quest Diagnostics does with every program. So it's just a way for them to reset their program years too. So just keep that in mind. If you still need to complete your screening, I would highly recommend getting that done before February 28th. And then it would count for this current program year. And again, if you did it in March, we will work through that and we can get you taken care of. There's just like there's a small time window that you can complete that and then be able to submit your form and have it still count. So make sure that if you do it in March, you're submitting that form pretty quickly after April 1st.
The key takeaway is do it before February 28th. Otherwise, yeah, it gives you a big headache and it gives us a big headache.
Yeah. So, but you know, like I said, we'll work on it if that's, you know, something that you have little control over. But if you can pick your date, I would try to get it done before February. Let's see. The My Care checklist, I will click on that. This is something, there's no points associated with this. This is just a great way for you to keep track of what you're currently doing, your health situation. So if you go to your eye doctor, if you have, so I'm here, I haven't gone to I go to my doctor here in the next couple weeks, so I'll be able to plug that in. And, with your dental checkups, things like that, and vaccines, you can input that here, and you can also edit it, editing point. It's just a good friendly reminder. You'll get little messages on your app too about upcoming dates. And similar to your like your checklist, you have the stats page where you can put in all kinds of different information, anything that you're tracking. So I will call out though that, like, if you plug in your waste for one day, you have to go back to see that. If you're consistent, you'll see, the tracking here on your graph. If you're not consistent, you might just have to look back. And if somebody has a screening, they will see their information posted here. So for like cholesterol, blood pressure, things like that, it will show up on the date that you had that done. So some people I know have asked about that, like, why? I know I had a screening done and I know I had this information here and I can't find it. You might just have to look back, using the back arrow. It'll show up for that date, but it won't show up every day after that, if that makes sense. So it would be nice if you could see, like what it currently was, but if you're looking for, last time you weighed yourself, you might have to backtrack and look for something. Or if your blood pressure, if that's something that you're tracking, but you're not, it's not something you do on a weekly basis, maybe it's quarterly, you might have to backtrack and look at that. Is there any other questions about anything, or if there's anything anybody wants me to go over real quick?
There is a question regarding the somebody attempted to download the app and could not sign in, and I sent to that individual just a quick note that it's the best way to access the app is to first sign in through My Health Toolkit, create your username and password. So if you could just quickly show people where to go in Strive once they're in My Health Toolkit to do that, that would be great.
Yeah, let me get out of my. So I want to be able to get to. Let me find.
I can share mine really quickly because I don't mind showing mine.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll do mine real quick. Okay. So when you're in the Strive platform, after you've done the single sign-on through My Health Toolkit, you'll see your little profile icon. It won't have my picture in it, obviously, but you'll see your little profile icon up here. If you click on that and then go to your profile, you can scroll through, edit all of your settings, and then you can come through and edit your account settings and use that to log into the app directly with the username and password that you have set up. So that's the best, quickest, easiest way to get in. And I will stop sharing. Yeah,
so like Josh said, the best way initially, you want to start with going through My Health Toolkit. You'll click on the Wellness tab, and on the Wellness tab, there's a drop-down box that says Strive, and then there's a button that says Access Strive. So once you click on that, that's the first time. So if you haven't set up your account, that's where you want to start first. Because I know people, if you try to just Google Strive or Personify Health and then start going that way, you won't be able to get into it because you're working through the Blue Cross Blue Shield My Health Toolkit to get to it. So make sure that's the first place you're going to go for the first time, and then after that, you can set up your app, and then it should be, all set up because you already have your account set up through My Health Toolkit, and then it will recognize that you have an account for the app. So you don't want to start with the app first. You want to start with My Health Toolkit.
Amy, are you aware of any issues with error codes coming up with login? Someone mentioned that they saw one when you tried to access, and I did not get an error.
No, I didn't either. So I did get an error that day that they were switching over to Personify, and that was I believe it's because of the single sign-on with Blue Cross Blue Shield. I think they were working to update that, but that was fixed. So when I had the error, there was a button that said "Take me to the sign-in page," I believe, and I clicked on that, and then it took me where I needed to go and it said Personify Health. So it basically just like rerouted me. So I'm not familiar with any errors except for that one because of that day when Blue Cross Blue Shield had the error with a single sign-on. So I guess I would just want to know more about, is this person, he or she, going through My Health Toolkit and getting the error, or an application?
Let's see. It looks like it was a My Health Toolkit portal error.
Okay.
So, folks, I will you can access My Health Toolkit through your internet, your employer internet, like at UTampa. NSU has a link into the IQVIA benefits portal. So you should be going into the IQVIA benefits portal and then accessing the My Health Toolkit portal under the My Carrier Accounts section. I don't think that any employers, and the question is related to difficulty accessing or errors that are coming up. I don't think that there are any direct connections from any of the employers' intranet sites directly into My Health Toolkit. So you should always be hopping from your employer's intranet or directly logging into the IQVIA benefits portal to the My Carrier Accounts section before getting into My Health Toolkit. So if you're not doing that, reach out to your HR benefits team, let them know the issue so that they can share them back with us, and we will work with Amy and Blue and the tech team to see if there's something else going on, because it sounds like there are a couple of different issues. Some of them might be related to SSOs at the school level, and some of them could be related to SSOs on the bSwift side, the portal side. So it's too many variables for me to give you guys a quick yes or no or solution on, but if you can get us just a couple of summaries and screenshots, a couple of folks sent me some in the chat, which is good.
Okay. Yeah, and I can definitely, if it's something that we think might be on the Blue Cross Blue Shield side, I can definitely submit a ticket or reach out to our product team to see if this is only, happening with IQVIA or if it's happening other places too. So yeah, just definitely let us know or relay that to Josh, and Josh can relay it to me. If you have, like you said, with the screenshots, that would be helpful too.
Perfect.
Any other questions about anything?
Outside of those errors, I think that's the only thing that's buzzing right now. I'm going to check out those errors and I'll get back to the school contacts as quickly as I can. Thank you guys. And a couple of folks have shared the IBM WebSphere portal error. So I will definitely take that away, because that's something that's popped up for a couple of different schools.
Okay.
Know that I'll get that resolved as quickly as possible, and I will send all of the schools a confirmation. And I'll even try and use the registration list and just send everybody a note on this list, on this registration if I can. if I can get it resolved quickly, I'll send you guys a note.
Yeah, and Josh, let me know. Like I said, if it could be widespread. It might not just be IQVIA, so I'll look into it as well.
I tried. I just gave it a shot, like logging in, and it might have something to do with the SSO into. Maybe there's an authentication there because I tried going directly into bswift and I was able to get in. So it might be something to do with the handshake when there's a connection to the connection. So.
Okay.
And I don't see any other messages in the chat. If outside of the error, if anybody has any questions, please feel free. You can unmute your mic. We'll take a couple of questions, or you can put them in the chat if you're not comfortable unmuting your mic. And
I have a question.
yes, ma'am.
Sure.
Okay, so I haven't put in my questions in the chat, but they're not being answered, so I'm not sure. Okay, so my care checklist is not current. It says 2022, and I have been with Strive, ever since. So, shouldn't it be in sync with the, like my appointments and everything?
Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah. So mine is not.
And we've added your date. Is that what you're saying? But it's still showing.
Yes, I have I just see that I moved over to I see Strive. Okay, so I'm in it, my care checklist. The last completed was 22. So, and I see something here for 2024, just one thing, but everything else that I have done is not showing. It's not picking it up.
Oh, so these are just, you just have to add the date. It won't come through.
Oh, you have,
Does that
but
make sense?
it says add appointment date. It doesn't say add when the date was done, or you can go back and just put it in.
Yes.
Oh,
So you can edit the date. Are you
So
seeing my screen?
why is it then that some things are in sync? Like one thing is in sync and the others are not?
Some of the stuff is claim oriented that will come back in to Strive that you get incentivized and rewarded for, and some of the stuff is just your personal well-being tracking that you want to have in the system.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So the
yeah.
See, that's mine says overdue. Yeah, that's what I see with mine. So I guess you have to go in. Okay, so that's expecting a lot for us to remember everything that we did in 24. Okay. The other question is when it asks you to check your cholesterol, you can't take a blood test every month. So how would you be able to keep track of your cholesterol, for example?
Well, you don't. That's not something you have to do. Or where are you seeing that on the?
It was somewhere.
Might be in the personal health assessment.
Yes, that maybe.
Oh, there you go, right there. Stats.
Yeah, in stats.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Not something you're gonna see on a daily basis or weekly, obviously, but it is just a good place for you to track over time. So if you are somebody that goes to the doctor maybe twice a year and you get this done, then you'll be able to see that there.
Okay.
But some of these things are just, they're, it's ideal for tracking, but it's not,
Yeah.
It's not going to
Okay.
you're going to track on them.
Okay, so everything under my care checklist we'll have to add on our own. Okay, thank you.
Some stuff will come in and some stuff you'll have to add, but just know that you don't have to track anything under my care checklist. It's really just a tool for you if you want to keep that stuff in one place that's easy to access. But
I think it's a really good idea, because you get reminders. So I think that's a very good idea. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I don't see any other questions. I apologize if I'm missing anybody. If I have missed a question, please feel free.
So
Yeah.
I have a question. I'm not sure if the chat is working because I've chatted directly both with IQVIA Benefits and Amy Dreyer with the same question, but apparently you all can't see it. But I have a team member who joined our challenge, our Winter Wonderland challenge, and synced her device like 3 days into the challenge before she had manually tracked the first 3 days. And now she can't enter a manual number for the first 3 days. Is that normal?
I wonder if it's because she now is tracking through the app. So is she showing like no steps for the first 3 days? Is that what the problem is?
Mm-hmm. Like it's like now that she's synced, they're not letting her like manually add anything.
Oh, okay. I'll have to ask about that. I wonder if it's just because she's synced now where, you know, like they don't want you to go back and forth, but I would think they would still let you do it the first.
I mean, I think it makes sense to me that they wouldn't let you manually adjust for a day in which you already had synced steps, but I would think for a day in which you don't have any steps, they would let you manually enter that.
So I wonder if she can, like on the device that she synced, she adjusted on there rather than on.
Will it let you add steps more than 7 days in the past for the challenge?
Yeah, and if she was doing it within the first 3 days, then she should have been able to. Do you know when she started? So she started thinking.
I don't know if she tried to manually add it within the first 3 days. I just know she had not synced her watch in the first 3 days. So if there's a 7-day time limit, then that might be the problem. I don't know. I'd have to check with her.
Yeah, if she waited a little to sync it maybe, or I mean like for the retro.
Because the challenge always says like you have like 3 remaining days to sync, like after the end of the challenge, and we're still actively in the challenge.
Yeah, because it'll let you. Yeah, so I won't be able to look at. I mean, I can look at the steps list at the end, but they give you a couple days to like go back and like if you didn't sync your device, they give you a couple extra days to make sure that it's syncing and everything is showing. So yeah, I wonder if it's just because if she waited too long to sync it, or the other thing would be to look into. I don't know if she's trying to manually plug her steps in like through Strive, or is she trying to manually plug it in through her device? You know what I mean?
She's following like the manual add-in steps through Strive. She's not trying to do it through her device.
Okay. Yeah, then, and I know there is a limit to how many you can add, but it shouldn't be 0. She shouldn't have 0.
Okay.
Let me, I'll have to get your name or.
Yeah, it's
follow up.
Yeah, it's KATE_Magro MAGRO at P for Palm, B for Beach, A for Atlantic.edu.
Okay. Let me look into this tonight. There's probably a solution that I'm just not.
Okay.
Thank you.
If you, Amy, if you were to manually track the steps just outside of the challenge, if you went into track steps and entered them manually here, and Kate, apologies if I missed this part. This is the step where she can't add them for those first 3 days trying to track?
Correct.
Well,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So she should be able to track. I know there was a limit. I believe there's a limit to how many you can manually track compared to like if you're syncing device, because the deal with the challenges and devices. So if you're syncing a device or an app, then it's considered verified. You know, so they don't want people just to go in and say, I walked 30,000 steps.
Yeah, she's not trying to add steps to like a sync day. She's trying to add it to like a non-synced day. Yeah.
Yeah, so she should be able to, but let me take it back and see if there's something that I'm missing, and see what we can do.
All right.
Any other questions?
Unless there are any other questions, I think we're good.
I just
Good.
have one more question. How do we get credit for this seminar?
That's going to come automatically.
Oh,
When
okay.
you registered, I took some demographic information in that registration form, your ICI number,
Oh,
etc. I
okay.
used that, and I matched that up to a couple of other data points from the enrollment portal, and I send Amy a list that she uses. It usually takes a few weeks for
Okay.
the
I just didn't
incentives to
know if
get
we
back.
needed to like enter a code in anywhere or yeah. Got
No,
it.
no,
Thank you.
it's auto magic.
Yep.
Auto magic.
Yeah, so
the
Josh
re-
will send that list, and then I'm usually waiting on a couple other lists. So these are sent to me on a monthly basis. So usually at the end of each month, I get lists, like participation lists if you're doing on-site events, and this would be considered one of these. So Josh will send that over to me, and then I submit the list to our client reporting person. But it's usually within the first week of that month, so that following month. So yeah, you just have to wait. Just depends on where the timing. Since this is towards the end of, or sort of towards the end of the month, it'll be a couple weeks before they show up. So it's not going to be immediate.
I had a question I put in the chat, but I guess everyone's saying the chat's not working. I've received some dollar rewards for, like if I went to an exam or something, but for tracking, it shows rewards and I don't know how to collect on those. Like at the top, it has an amount for me tracking daily and everything.
Mm-hmm. So is it on, can you see that your rewards are unlocked? That you complete your assessment?
It says rewards 94,800. And so level rewards, it says, it has that amount.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I do my earnings, it says I've earned 110, maximum is 350. If I go to spend it, it says 0 rewards cash to spend. So I don't think I have cash, but I think I have, is there maybe like points or something that you can use towards something?
Well, the points will turn into the Pulse Cash or the Rewards Cash. So once you're hitting a certain level, but again, if it's locked, you won't be able to do anything with that. So you have to complete your personal health assessment within this program year for that to be unlocked, and you'll see there'll be a yellow box, like it'll be
Where it
pretty
says
obvious.
where it says actions rewards, earn rewards by completing actions, that says completed. Complete the personal health assessment, that's checked, yes.
Okay. So you're just wondering
So,
how to redeem, like how to spend your cash?
right, because if I earn money for going, for an annual exam or something like that, that shows up as dollars, but this is 94,800 points. And if you have at least 7,000 points, you could earn rewards cash. So that's why I just wasn't sure how that was different, because I think
Do
this is
you
just for tracking, tracking
see
things.
a balance on the left-hand side there where Amy is now under the redeem now? Do you see a total balance amount?
Let's see. Is it like redeem a voucher for points? Or
No. If you look at the screen on the left-hand side there, there's a little box that says redeem now, total balance $10.
I'm having trouble finding.
Are you on the desktop or are you on your app?
I'm on my phone app. Do I need to go to the desktop?
You can
No,
still find it. I'm just have to.
when you're under
not-
how to earn, um, when you click on spend in the app, in the black bar, it should say how many dollars there are rewards cash to spend.
It says 0 rewards cash to spend.
And you haven't spent anything yet?
Well, I've spent money on gift cards, but it was more like if you get a reward for doing doing something special, like I said, the checkups or that type of thing, where you can get money for doing things for your well-being. But then I think the rewards that are showing up now are for just tracking my daily cards and my healthy habits. I think that's what it is, because
it's just points. Is that what you're saying?
right, it's just points.
Okay, so when you hit the certain levels, you should still be unlocking the different level, like level 1,000 points.
And you're going to see all of the points that even though you may have redeemed out. So if you've earned 90,000 points, you're still going to see the 90,000 points in your points earnings there. You'll see the total, even if you've redeemed them out. You're still going to see them in the app. It says level of rewards. Like I'm looking at mine now. My level rewards are 59,000. But I've redeemed all of my earnings, so I don't have anything else left to cash out. I've already received the cash for those.
Okay. So even if I see points, it doesn't mean I have that many left to collect on. It's just that's how much since the program started that I've earned.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
You're welcome.
I have a question. Are you able to redeem a gift card and gift it to someone else through this app?
Not directly through the app, but you can send them the gift card once you get the email confirmation.
So it'll come to me first, and then I can send it to someone else, like as a gift.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's also the option to donate.
You're going to donate those.
But that's just through this site. Same with the gift cards. We'll choose it, and then you'll get the link for that, and then you can pass it on to somebody else. But it has to come to you first.
I actually did that last year with an REI gift card. I redeemed the gift card. When I got it, instead of sending the email, I printed the gift card to PDF and I sent that to my niece.
Nice.
So that she could go to REI and get stuff.
Yeah.
I came a little bit late, but sorry. I came a little bit late, but I was wondering where it said it's being recorded. How do we get the playback for this?
I'm going to post this on our YouTube channel, and I will share that back with all of the schools, usually in about a week or so. It might be a little bit longer just because it's kind of a crunch time right before the holiday, so I might not get it up as quickly as I'd like to. But it will be on our YouTube channel, and we'll let all of the schools know when it's posted so that they can share that out. And someone else had asked about a copy of the slides. There are no slides for today's presentation. It was really just kind of a walkthrough of the portal, the Strive portal. So there's no slides, but the video will be available, and we'll share that once it's out.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're very welcome.
So I have another question, just to be sure. Then you're saying that when we do the biometric screening, if we have already done it for this period, the best thing to do is wait until after after April the 1st, correct? To do it again.
If you've done it this program year.
Yes.
So do you know when you had it last time?
I really don't remember. Oh, rewarded. Completed April 30th.
Okay, yeah. So I would wait till April.
Okay, good. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're good.
Yeah.
Because even if you did it again this year, you wouldn't get credit for it.
Yeah.
All right, Amy, thank you so much. I'm going to stop the recording